Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick video today showing you how to use some of those really gorgeous paper towels you get after you've been using Glimmer Mist. And excuse my nail because I was using Glimmer Mist. But I saw some of Liz Hicks' videos and I know that she does some ruffle flowers with these. But this is something a little different, and I actually really like the way that this one turned out. I know it's a paper towel, and because my paper towel has designs in it, you can see it, but if you were using just a plain paper towel, it would come out, I think, a lot better. Anyway, all you need is your dirty paper towels from when you've been glimmer misting or using Glimmer Glam or Glimmer Glaze, any of those wonderful Tattered Angels art mediums. Just a pair of scissors. I have tried using punches, and FYI, punches and paper towels do not mix well. I found that out the hard way. And you're going to need a gem or just something to put in the middle. Okay. So what you're going to want to do is take your paper towels that have Glimmer Mist on them, and you're going to want to cut 3 circles. You're going to want your circles about 1/2 of an inch to an inch apart from each other in diameter, because you want to get that layered look. So you're going to want a bigger circle, a medium circle, and a smaller circle. Kind of like I did with, if you watched my tutorial on the twisted flowers, these are pretty much the same thing, just a little different because they're paper towels. So I'm going to start by cutting a bigger circle, and I'm not going to worry about having a perfect circle. You know, can't use a punch, can't use a Cricut, so it's just going to kind of be me eyeballing it here. But you want a circle about 2.5, 3 inches in diameter, and really it's your call, because the bigger the circle, the bigger the flower you're going to get. And if you want some small flowers, you could do that a little bit smaller. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to look at this paper towel and see if I can use it for. Let me go on to this one. And I was doing a stencil here. I got the Tattered Angels Tattered Traveler Kit, and I was having a great time with it yesterday. I'm going to cut now a medium circle, and I just want it to be smaller than this. So what I'm going to do is just kind of eyeball it here. I'm going to cut the circle, and then I'll make any adjustments I need to from there. And I'm actually really kind of an awful cutter here. It's very jagged lines, but I'll trim it up when I get that circle out. So basically I'm just getting the basic circle, and then I'll go back and I'll trim it so that it's not so jaggedy. And one of the things I love most about these flowers is once you have it put together, then you can actually go back and trim it up and really make it look circular, or keep it whatever shape you want. So that's my medium circle. Oh, there's some jagged lines there. And now I want a circle that's going to be smaller. And I want some red, so I'm going to cut in right here. And actually, let me just cut that part off. Now I happen to be using Tim Holtz scissors, the tonic scissors. You do not have to use anything, any scissors this strong. You can use any scissors you have. I just happened to grab these. They were the closest to me, and I love them, so I use them as often as I can. Okay, and that's going to be my smaller circle. It is not a perfect circle. The edges are kind of jagged, but it's going to do for now. Okay, so I'm going to kind of put this to the side. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of follow the same process that I did with the other flower tutorial I had, kind of like the grunge flower. The only difference is I'm not going to crumple it up. I don't need to crumple this paper. But what I'm going to do is fold my circle in half. Okay, and you don't have to really try to crease it because it's a paper towel. It's not really going to crease like normal paper would. After you fold it in half, now you're going to fold it in thirds. So you're going to fold one side over and kind of fold the other one in on it. Now what I love about these is when you go to pinch the bottom like you would if you were making that other flower, it's really simple because it's a paper towel. So you're going to pinch the bottom. You're going to hold the bottom because when you unfold it, you want to hold the bottom. You don't want to let the bottom go. Your circle's going to want to completely unfold, and you don't want it to because you want that ruffled look. And in order to get that ruffled look, you need to hold the bottom. Now as you're unfolding it, you're going to want to, let me see if you can see that, you're going to want to just kind of fold your bottom. That way it won't come undone. Okay. Now when I do the paper ones, I just set them down. You can't do that with the the paper towels. You could, but it'd come completely undone. And of course I don't have a circle to glue on the bottom. That was actually something I forgot in my last video, was I always glue a circle on the bottom to hold that in. I don't have hot glue, but I have my Beacon 3-in-1 craft glue. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put a little bit of that on there and just kind of hold it down with the paper towel. And I'll just kind of press it down. I love the hold of this glue, but it's so messy, it gets everywhere. No, I don't want to do that because it's going to start spouting. For any of you that have used the Fabri-Tac or the Beacon craft glue, wonderful, wonderful adhesive, but it always spits out like it's doing right now. I don't know if anyone has any tips on what I can do to avoid that, but anyway. The zip dry does not do that, which is why I love the zip dry. I'm going to take my middle circle or my medium sized circle, and I'm going to repeat the same process. I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it in thirds. Okay. I'm going to kind of pinch the bottom, and you might want to twist a little. Be a little more careful here with paper towels because they're not as sturdy as paper. They do want to rip. These have dried overnight, so they're a little sturdier, but I was making some flowers yesterday, or trying to make some flowers with the paper towels, and they completely ripped because they were still wet from the Glimmer mist. Okay, so you're going to kind of just unfold and ruffle just like you did with the last one, and then you're going to kind of just pinch that bottom down. And I'm going to take my overflowing glue here, and I'm just going to kind of, normally when I do these flowers, I put the hot glue here so I know it's sticking, but because this is not hot glue and this is a paper towel, I'm just going to kind of put a big daub there in the middle of that bottom layer. You can see the string from the glue. I'm just going to kind of plop it down there. I'm going to hold it for a second to make sure it stays. Sorry about the beeping. Okay, so that's done. And let me go ahead and finish up that last circle. And again, follow the same process. You're going to fold it in half. You're going to fold it in thirds, and then you're going to kind of twist the bottom a little and unfold that so that it ruffles. Holding the bottom is what causes that circle to get that nice ruffled look, and that's what you want. Okay, and again, I'm going to kind of fold down that little point underneath. And this one, since it's smaller, I'll go ahead and just put a little glue on there. Kind of plop it down on here. And I want to make sure that I'm putting it somewhere in the middle. And be careful when you're using the paper towels. Normally I'd have a cardstock circle to put back here, but because I did not have one, I just used paper towels, and of course my glue is coming out of it, so be careful if you do that. Okay. And the last step is to add a gem or a pearl or just some kind of bling or something for the center. And I'll just add the gem since that's what I've got right here. And the last step that I do is I take my scissors, and now I'm going to start trimming around the edges. And this is just cleaning up those edges that I so messily cut earlier. And I'm just trimming it. I also want my circles to be in proportion to each other. So I have like 1/4 of an inch there. I kind of want a 1/4 of an inch layer all the way around. But this is a paper towel flower, so it does not have to be perfect. I'm actually gonna, I like that, I love this ruffle, but it's too far over, so I'm gonna try to cut it without messing up my flower here. And like I mentioned in another video I did with a flower tutorial, very similar to this but with paper, don't go crazy with the scissors. It does not have to be a perfect circle. And you want a circular look, but you know, flowers in real life are not perfect. Okay, and trim that up just a little bit. And I'm gonna stop right there. I may go back and mess with it a little bit later. And I'm not gonna show you on this one. I keep seeing these little pieces that are like uneven. It's driving me nuts. Okay, so at this point I would let it dry for a little bit. That's basically the look. When it gets drier, I'm gonna take this one and show you because this one's still wet. I don't want to do it. When it gets dry, you can actually like take your paper towel and fluff it. Just kind of crumple it, fluff it out. Your paper towels are, at least the ones I have right now, are 2 layers. So they're going to kind of want to separate, and that's fine. As long as everything's glued down in the middle, let them separate. You could even go over it with some more Glimmer Mist if you wanted. But the whole purpose of this flower was to use your scraps. So you don't have to go over it with your Glimmer Mist because your paper towel is already Glimmer Misted. Okay. And this one is a little bigger, and you'll see it's not as ruffly, but that's because it's not dry and we haven't scrunched it yet. You can always just spritz a little bit of water or spritz a little bit of Glimmer Mist, scrunch it up, and you'll get something like that. Okay, so now you have something to do with those really pretty paper towels that you have after you've been Glimmer Misting. I hope that this tutorial was helpful. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and if there's anything you would like me to do a tutorial on, please let me know as well. I am looking for more ideas. Thanks so much for watching, and if you get a chance, check out my blog. I've got a Glimmer Mist giveaway going on until the very end of this month. Thanks!